Namaskaram, Vanakkam. Good evening to all of you. Very happy that Shyam actually chose this place to launch. We are very thankful to him. As Nat has been mentioned, we started off our entrepreneurship journey at IIT Madras somewhere around 10 to 12 years before, but as of late, last 2 to 3 years, we have really speeded it up. The reasons are many. First and foremost, one of my biggest worry as a director of the institute was that a well-trained bio-scientist, a well-trained civil engineer, a well-trained metallurgist, since we are talking about alchemist, well-trained metallurgist, finally everybody goes and do some crazy high-frequency trading. Okay? And with completely no connection with their parent discipline. Just because there is a lot of money that comes, we can't blame them because they all need money. But then, what will happen to our nation if this continues? We are already seeing a dearth of good civil engineers, dearth of good mechanical engineers. Many of the buildings start leaking when it becomes cloudy, even before it starts raining. And if that continues, I think all our projects, invariably all our construction projects get delayed. People don't know whether to pour water, or cement, or sand. And I'm sure I also see some foreign returned people who come to a Goshala and say, this is cow. Right? Like that, we may reach a stage where saying, this is cement. So one of the simplest way of keeping these people together is to basically put them into something saying, this is your idea. So stick on to this idea. And that's what we started. Somewhere in the end of the first year, we have an entrepreneurship cell. The moment somebody gets an idea, like how you kidnap, so we go and catch idea nap and bring them together on a common platform. Then we have a very vibrant patent cell. In those days, when I was doing my PhD here at IIT Madras and then I joined as an assistant professor, we all have learned about black hole. That means you put something, we don't know what will happen. Patent was like typically black hole. Okay? We apply for a patent, we don't know where it is, who handles it, what happens. Someday it may come, it may not come. So professors had no curiosity or anything because they will not be rewarded for it. And when they come for promotion, we ask what is achieved. And they have nothing to show. Somewhere in 2017, I believe there was a meeting. I also work for the National Security Advisory Board, where we had some discussion wherein we saw that there are patents that are approved in US but still yet to be approved in India. At that point, there were a lot of debate. And then the entire patent mechanism in the country has seen an overhaul. Within 18 months, friends, we will get a yes or no. And there is an expedition clause you put, within 8 months we get an yes or no. And that is how a country can prosper. So thanks to a very dear friend of us, Unnat Pandit, who took over this as a patent controller of India at that point of time, he had brought in massive changes. And for an educational institution, the patent fee is 1,200 rupees, expedition is 4,000 rupees. Cost of some 4 or 5 pizzas that you buy today. Right? With that, 2 years before financial year, we filed around 386 patents. Last year, 417 patents. And this year, we are inching towards 500 patents. And I am told that some of the Ivy League universities also file 500 patents. So we want to touch that. And it's not simple numbers here. There was a company which had proud to go and patent double click. In the mouse you put double click, they said yes, it's a patent. And then it got withdrawn at some point of time. So we are not doing that such nonsense. All our patents are very highly deep rooted, it's deep technology. As you just walk across this corridor, just first floor here we will see a diamond factory where we go lab grown diamonds. Okay. Across you see a rocket factory where we print a rocket engine in 72 hours. While it was taking and it is taking outside 3 to 4 months to build a rocket engine, we are able to 3D print it in 72 hours. And these are all patents that have come out of our institute. Okay, so these are deep technology patents that we are seeing here. Now just Navaratri is over. Now what do you do with these patents? Are they our Navaratri dolls? We need to do something about that patent. And so we started off saying Startup Shatam. Make 100 startups. This patent a day, we initiated sometime when I was an associate dean around 2018. It became a reality in 23-24 financial year. Startup Shatam, last year we started. I thought it will take 4 or 5 years. But thanks to the research park ecosystem, the incubation cell, Nat, Tama, all these people. Last year, friends, we have 103 startups that we have incubated in one financial year. And this year, we are growing in that direction. And all are not these ice cream type of startups. They are really deep, really rooted in deep technology. Right? At this point, okay, we have started people. So I've been telling this, many of you would have seen 3 Idiots. There is a principal virus. Okay, and every year he talks the same speech, and I have been repeating it every time. So I see some of the students repeating, oh, he's going to talk this. Okay, but then when you keep repeating, I think like Sahasranama, we said 1,000 times, it will come up true. Now what next? So are we doing the right thing? That was a bigger question. And when Shyam came out with this Alchemist book, and when I read some of at least the title of this and some chapters that I saw, I think we are doing the right thing. So I get that belief. So thank you, Shyam. You are validating a third-party auditor for me. Now, as very interestingly, this jewellery people came and met me because we have this lab-grown diamond. And they said there is not a single fellow who can properly refine gold in our country. So this alchemist essentially means, so I was motivating my metallurgy department, after a BTech in metallurgy, make one MTech in jewellery making or jewellery gold refining. There's not a single fellow, and gold reserve actually dictates a country's prosperity. But we don't have people who can refine gold, so we take the gold from Kolar gold mines and send it abroad and get it back at some cost again. So that's the state. But we had some very, very interesting process by which we can even create gold. So there is certain Veda text that there are some methodology stated, nobody is experimenting, how we can make gold out of certain herbs and other things. So India has been, Bharat as a country, we had the jnana of actually handling Swarnam. But then many things are being lost. Now, 2 sides of the story. One side is that Honorable PM talks about Viksit Bharat. We have to create jobs. Otherwise, we'll be, serving the MNCs and, H1B visa and all these problems will be there. We should become independent of, jokers in this world. How do you become independent of these jokers? It's basically, joker, all of you can guess. Okay? Yeah, you're very intelligent, I know that. Right? So, how do you become independent of jokers? So, the way we become independent of jokers is that we become self-reliant, as our Honorable Prime Minister has been saying, Atmanirbharta. Now, we need to generate more employers rather than employees, and that's precisely what we are doing. So, this year I have a target. I've been successful in this target for some reason. Startup Shatam, patent a day, everything has worked out. So this time I have told my kids, on the first day of this placement, 20% of our graduating class must be already CXOs, right? And there should be CXO of some company, CEO, CTO, CFO, whatever you call it. Fill the text with what ABCD is, but you should be. And they have promised, and we are working in that direction. So, to bring a startup from, like he said, that 4 stages, even in our scriptures we have Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So we have 4 to get the Purushartha finally. These 4 stages are extremely important, and your book actually lists around 19 chapters totally. There are 16 stages that we have seen. And what was very interesting about this book? So may I ask you, so you have come from which place here, sir? Medavakam. So from Medavakam, so you started from your house and came here. No? Can you describe what happened? From your house you started and came here. Can you describe all the steps?
I initially do a Google map.
So for doing the Google map, you should take your phone in hand. Yes. Then?
Then I take a bike based at the time, whether it is car or bike I have to decide. Probably at midpoint I'll...
But you have to take first your key for the bike. Then? So, like this I can keep dragging you for next 48 hours and you will never be complete about all the steps. So, friends, what is obvious to one will not be obvious for the other person. I think one thing very interesting about this book is that he has taken all care to put all that small intricate things with very nice quotes, right? Where you say if you cannot explain your idea in one sentence, then your business is not good. Actually, in a positive way, if you can explain in one sentence, your business is done, right? So Russell comes out with very interesting, the clarity and cogency can best be reconciled with brevity, right? So that's a very nice statement. So every step in this book, that's what is very appreciative, Shyam. I think you have captured every step so that any startup person, if he has a doubt, if he is on many times you are just left unanswered many questions, I think your book will certainly serve as a good answer for effective answer, reasonably correct answer for many of the questions that would come, many of the challenges that could come. So I think that's one good appreciation of this very book, and I'm sure when we are now teaching, we are now telling the students that entrepreneurship is a career, right? A failed entrepreneur will be a better entry in your biodata than saying I have a 10-year experience in a multinational company, because the failure will teach you thousands of lessons which millions of success will not teach you. So that's something is very, very important. So we are putting that in place. Now we are also bringing in more. We are now we will be very shortly announcing an investment fund for our startups, and not just our startups, it's IITM for all, so all startups in our country. Nat is working day and night for it, and every time before I say good morning or good afternoon, both our start about AIF first and then we start our conversation. So, friends, it's extremely important that the Viksit Bharat 2047 is going to be a product nation, it's going to be a startup nation, it's going to be a patent nation. And unless we get that sovereignty and this in place, I don't think we can ever dream of any technology superpower. And if you are not a technology superpower, saying that I am a superpower is just an eyewash. So this is a very important cusp, and that's why government has come out with the national education policy to see that education is proper. They are given multiple flexibility, they are given multiple exit, multiple. So we are running India's probably world's largest online degree program. We have 49,000 students with 8,000 students below poverty line, with no age gap. I have a 17-year kid doing the course and an 82-year grandfather doing the course. 82-year grandfather writes very good Python program. He has a 8.5 CGPA, and he says after finishing BS Data Science, he will now go and do BS Electronic Systems, and he says introduce one more course. My horoscope, they say I'll live till 90 plus, so I would like to know more courses. I didn't get JE at those times, so IIT didn't exist. Now I want to do that. So lot of very interesting things are happening, and it's changing the landscape of education. And these are all enabling people to upskill themselves and come into new ideas and bring in more entrepreneurship. The last one I see is the moment we tell the kid that this is your idea, then the kids are spending lot of time. When I teach a class, only half of them attend. Okay. They say, okay, why do I need a teacher? Like Google, GPT, ChatGPT will teach me much better than you. So there's an interest. But when we put them on a project like this, for example, this year we made a solar car that has to drive from Darwin to Adelaide in Australia across a desert of 3,000 kilometers. This is last 20 years this challenge has been happening, and there are very, very big teams. And our team last year went to Darwin, last but 1 year. It happens once in 2 years. And they were able to clear the design. That itself was a big deal for us. Out of 35 teams, they were also one which actually cleared the design, but they were not allowed to drive. Because the design is okay, but then car has to go. This time they passed all the tests and they were allowed to drive this time. And they covered 650 kilometers. Just solar plus a battery. But for this 72 plus team had actually, these kids have spent 18 hours a day, like the director. Okay, I also work 18 hours a day. So 18 hours a day, these kids were there. No food, no mobile, importantly. Very important. No mobile, no WhatsApp. They can't reach. There are some couple of parents, they said, sir, we can't not able to reach, and I got panic, and then asked, they were in the Center for Innovation. And they spent several hours together. Fantastic cohesion. And this lesson that they learned, including packing that entire thing on a ship and sending it to LA 2 months before, planning, execution of this project. They had multiple disciplines coming together, teamwork. This, I'm sure nobody can teach them. Okay, so this has come out. And that is the big thing that we get when we start doing this innovation in entrepreneurship. And this is now an idea. Now 2 startups have come out of that particular venture. And I'm sure multiple more startups will come, and they are very confident that they will be successful also. So this is the real challenge in front of us. And I'm sure this book will be Bhagavad Gita for many. Shyam, and we, after the Startup Alchemist, you should also get one investment alchemist. Next step, okay, what it means to invest, and review, and Vihesh can think over and then see how we attract investment, right? And for the investment, I always say, I go all for this CII, FICCI, NASCOM, all these abbreviations, agencies. You conduct that meeting in a 5-star. I'm very happy you chose this Raman. It's a very simple hall. Nat will charge you very less also for this, for free. But there you go, evening 6 o'clock, you have some gala dinner and all. And then you spend 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs in some of these hotels for boosting entrepreneurship and this. I used to tell all the big companies would be there. Now I made it a policy. I would be telling them, see, in this 30 lakhs, we will all bring curd rice from home. We will eat, it will be good also for our stomach, night 10 o'clock. The 30 lakhs, you give some 3 lakh purchase orders to 10 startup companies. Correct? And allow them to put your logo there. Like Tata gave some things, and Tata's logo you put, allow them. So Tata is my vendor. And their valuation will grow. Nobody seems to listen, right? So I've been telling, in publicly I've now been very vocal about it. Before Atmanirbharta, what we need is Atma Vishwas. Okay? We should start trusting our startups. Okay? Nothing will go wrong. After all, as a country, we all believe, we are not that Western world. We still believe Bharat Mata, right? And when we start serving our country, the mother will take care. Have that belief, have that conviction, right? Always, IIT Madras, always I have treated her as my mother. Even in our vision statement, I remove institute, it's a remove Pani, I put her. So all ladies should clap for that. IIT her. Now, if you say it's, I reject that thing. I always say her because it's the mother. So, and I believe if you start working for my mother will take care of all of us. So, all that I need, we start all projects. That's what I was telling Nat. What you dream, 2,000 crore, 1,000 crore, whatever you investment fund, just do it without any expectation. It will come. So we start looking at the purpose means already follows. So we have seen in many projects here. This building, this research park, we started with a humble 100 crore grant. We have borrowed more than 700, 800 crores. And we have paid back all the loan. And we know we are green. Now we are going to expand. All because we did with a great instinct to serve our nation. So I got all the top 100 JE rankers. We flew them in. The parents, we called those parents. And we flew them. So many press also said, they are trying to convince these people to join IIT Madras. Right? I said, whatever you talk. But I spent 2 hours with them, basically talking about Operation Sindoor, national security, and tell them, so parents don't say, why you want that kid to study, you are forcing the kid to study computer science. Right? That's mechanical engineering. That is aerospace. I am professor of computer science, by the way. I have nothing wrong against it. So we spent 2 hours explaining how different engineering disciplines are important for the country. Where Operation Sindoor, we did a responsible war. We did not kill any civilian there. We killed exactly those places where our fellow who needled us, we have hit with 5-meter precision. And what does it mean? Where is indigenous technology? What does it mean? So all these things I told, and finally some 10 parents came after that, the top 100. Sir, we all came with an view of asking you about pay package and employment. We are going back with a sense of technology, sovereignty and national security. I think this is very, very important. So many of you would have grandchildren, many of you would have children. Only one request I have, let them serve the country. Everything will be taken care of. My Guruji, Sankaracharya of Kanchi, advised me and the Paramacharya of Kanchi, advised me and my father. He said, if you are going towards the sun, the shadow will follow you even if you don't want. But you leave that sun and try to catch the shadow, this will also go, sun will also go. Like that, if you have one good purpose in life and you start going towards that good purpose, money, fame and power will follow even if you don't want. But if you leave that purpose and try to catch any one of them, this will also go, that will also go. Okay? So please tell your children, money, fame and power will come. Have one good goal in life, and that good goal means serve our country. Unless every kid, every parent has this attitude, we can't see that Viksit Bharat which we must see. So this is my request. Thank you very much, Shyam, for inviting me today, and wishing you and all of you keep visiting, and let us all do something together great for the society. Thank you very much.